Hi there, Chris Piercy, wedding musician, mind reader and hypnotist, here with episode 3 of Yes Do I Do review. Now, episode 3 of the podcast, we had James from Filmedia in, talking about his videography business, and the topic of conversation was what people actually remember from the weddings that they attend. So, this was all about ensuring that, when you're putting things together for the wedding, whether it's actually going to be remembered in the future. So, things that you may be spending a lot of time on, like the colour of the chair covers, like the venue styling, like a suite cart or things like that, whether go 10 years into the future, 5 years into the future, will you remember that very well? Will your guests remember that very well? So to actually really concentrate on the things which are actually going to change your guests' experience of the day, change the way they feel. And Jack made the point that, at most events, people remember two things. They remember the food and they remember the funny. Now, the food is going to come from the canapes, it's going to come from the meal, from the evening buffet, whatever it is that you have. So that's kind of a given. But the funny, that comes from a number of different things. It can come from the guests and kind of how well they interact with each other, which might just be influenced by alcohol, who knows. But it's also going to come from the entertainment that you give them. So, myself and Jack kind of have spoken in detail about what we can add to weddings in terms of entertainment. But there are obviously huge amounts of different types of entertainment. So, but that is what people are going to remember, because that is honestly going to change the way they feel about the day they're experiencing. Now, James made the point that because some of these things are so easy to forget, that it's really important to capture them absolutely fully. So, although we think it's important to have a photographer and a very good photographer, James was making the point that video is an even better way of capturing things as well. And I made the point about how we can actually see someone's face change whilst watching a magic trick, from being kind of stony face or not really sure what's going on, to that moment where the impossible has just happened in front of them, and their face lights up. And that is when you see, and that's what you're really going to see in a wedding film, is when you look back on it, you are going to see the people's faces changing. You see their emotion. You're going to see the joy on their faces, and that is what is truly going to be memorable. You're not going to fondly look back at the mango chair covers. It was a great choice at the time or whatever, but that is not what you're fondly looking back on your wedding film. So the real big point, the underlying point, was about ensuring that your guest experience of the day is as good as it can possibly be. So, factoring that into your important wedding decision. So, is this going to have an impact on my guest experience of the day? Yes or no? If it's not, then don't waste your time and money on it. So that was a nice summary of the episode. I recommend you listen to it. There's some great information from James about wedding videography, and some tips of the trade in there as well. So if you want more help with your wedding plan, then I can help in 4 different ways. Way number 1 is you can listen to the episode of Yes Do I Do. Number 2, you can read my blog, so at chrispaceymagic.co.uk/blog. Number 3, you can buy my book. This is called Blissful Wedding Planning, Becoming a Stoic Bride. The Stress-Free Wedding Bible is what some people are calling it. Well, it's just me mainly. And number 4, I can come and perform at your wedding. If you are interested in booking me, then get in touch. chrispaceymagic.co.uk/wedding-magician. Links to all of those things in the text around this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you with episode 4 soon.